So then you look at your Constitution. There are very few lawyers that actually pay too much attention, actually, to the British North America Act. That is part and parcel of your Constitution. And the most beautiful section in the entire document is, to me, Section 109. And it says, give me a minute, I'm thirsty. It says that the provinces shall have the lands, the mines, the minerals, and the royalties in the province at the time of union, subject to any trusts or any interests not of the province. And you're going, well, okay. The trusts and the interests not of the province are your private property. In other words, the Queen and right of Ontario has no right, title, or interest in or to your private property. Because the Queen and right of Ontario, when she created the letters patent, she alienated her domain from that private property. And after 60 years, it can never be taken back. Now, in 1935, there was a heck of a court case between the Attorney General of Canada and the Attorney General of Manitoba, I think it was. And it was about timber royalties and the back and forth. But in that court case, it explains that first, you get your basic location ticket, of which you fulfilled the obligations that were laid out to you, which would be to build a house in that patent, that location ticket. You would have to clear X amount of acres. You would have to be able to feed and sustain your family or yourself. And it could take anywhere from 3 to 5 years. And then the magistrate would come along and check it out. And if you had fulfilled your obligations under that, he'd sign on the dotted line, and then you would have the seal put on, and you would have your patent. They could regulate the entire time you had the location ticket. Once the patent was issued, they could not. And this is one of the reasons I know we have private property rights in Canada. The other reason being, we have the preamble of the British North America Act. And the preamble of the British North America Act states that Canada, the Dominion's constitution will be based on the principle of the constitutions of the United Kingdom. Now, the Constitution of the United Kingdom is not one document. It's a whole bunch. It's Magna Carta, 1215, 1216, 1217, 1225, 1235, 1253, 1297. It is the Forest Charters, 1216, 1217, 1297. It is the Petition of Right from 1623. It is the Bill of Rights from 1688. It is the Coronation's Oath Act of 1688. It is the Settlement Act of 1688. It is the Statute of Monopolies from 1623, and it is the Statute of Frauds from 1677. This is your rights. Each and every one of those documents, particularly the Bill of Rights from 1688-89, it depends on who you're talking to and what book you're reading, clearly states that the Crown and the legislators cannot violate your ancient rights, and that is the common law, and your inalienable rights. That act was brought to Canada. That is part and parcel of our Constitution. Everyone speaks about the Charter. Oh, we have to enshrine property rights. We have to entrench them. If we entrench property rights in the Charter, we will be removing our private property rights. Because Section 1 of the Charter says that If something can be deemed justifiable in a demonstratively democratic society, then you lose your rights. And Section 33 of the Constitution from 1982-83 is the notwithstanding clause, of which Parliament or the legislators can actually remove your right to life, limb, liberty, freedom of speech, freedom of religion. In other words, they can make stealing legal with the notwithstanding clause. I won't use the real heavy one that they can make murder legal, because there might be a few other people that have something to say about that, the military for one. But this is the whole thing. The Charter is a complete conflict. And the whole thing is, though, the legislators can't even grant us these rights. That was clearly stated in 1947, 1948. The Canadian Bar Association said those words. The legislators do not have the authority to grant you your inalienable rights, because they're just men. The only one that grants you these inalienable rights is God. And that's the opening statement, actually, even of Trudeau's Charter. It states the supremacy of God and the rule of law.